It was snowing today, so let's do a reading. We need to do a reading. I immediately feel like a very watery energy, very light feeling energy. Um, Feels very childlike, playful. Um, I feel like, let me start with this. I feel like you're being called to a more playful time, to a more playful attitude, especially with the snow. Like, no matter what, when you're seeing this, where you're seeing this, like, I feel like there's something about being more playful or looking at life through a lens of play. Because, like, with the snow, I feel like when you grow up, it loses its magic. When you looked at it in terms of like logic and practicality, like, oh, how am I going to drive in the snow? I have to clean my car off, like that type of thing. But I'm just getting images of like sledding and snowball fights and snow angels and snowman building and like playing with your siblings or your friends in the snow and frolicking and like just feels like a playful energy. Oh, speaking of playful, I'm staring right at my crystal rose. I need a microphone today. Obviously, I need a microphone today. But yeah, I just feel like this is a time of play. I feel like you're being called to kind of put your put your weapons down. That's what I heard. Does that mean something for someone? Take your armor off. Put your weapons down. Just play. Um, because logic and practicality are looking at life from that lens. It's a sense of armor. It's a sense of protection. Like, okay, I have to protect myself from anything that can happen. So I have to be very practical. That's not a bad thing. It's just, I think, just in general, when you grow up, you're taught that practicality is the only way, and you only look at things through practical ways, and you forget that like that's only one side of things. And it's not that being practical is bad. It's just that you can mix practicality with play, with fun, with joy. You don't only have to be practical. You don't only have to be logical. You can be in balance with your mind and your heart. I also, there's something coming through, like, if you're seeing this, you're probably very imaginative. I'm getting like strong, I feel like there's something important about your imagination, especially at this time. Like, you're being called to remember the ways in which you used to imagine as a child or the way you used to daydream. Rainbows could be significant. Rainbows could be really significant. And clouds, looking at the clouds, using the clouds as a way to imagine and see where your mind takes you. I feel like you could be very prone to dissociating, um, or losing track of time because you spent so much time in your mind because you have a very strong imagination. So I think dissociation happens when there's no organization to your imagination, so you just kind of get lost. But I feel like there's something important about your imagination being a tool for you. Um, Getting a very like I've been like feeling a strong ancestral energy all day, so I feel like your ancestors could be trying to communicate with you, or just like your spirit team in some ways trying to communicate with you. And I feel like you're being called to sit with your imagination right now. I feel like you're being called back to the old ways. It's interesting because in my last video I said the old ways are done. We're done with the old ways. We're on to new. We're moving on to new. But I feel like you're being called to do something that is new to you, but it's also, I'm getting a sense of like ancient. It could be like you're being called to look at things in a way or do something that is kind of ancient. It has like ancestral lineage. It has like, you could be called to explore your heritage right now or your DNA, like something. Let me know how this resonates. But yeah, I feel like you could be called to like an ancient form of healing or like witchcraft, reconnecting with nature. Like I feel like you're being called to more spiritual forms of healing, reconnecting with nature, reconnecting with Mother Earth, and energy healing could be significant. Reiki could be significant. Smoke cleansing, aura cleansing could be significant. I feel like you're reconnecting with something that it's not something that you've done before, and yet it feels very familiar to you, and that's because it has ancient history, it has ancestral history, and so you're being called to it for a reason. Yeah, I'm getting the energy of like this could involve, or this could be just a synchronicity for you, like divine feminine figures, like feminine goddesses almost. Like you could resonate with specifically Isis and more like watery type goddesses. Like yeah, Isis. Maybe Sophia could be significant for someone. Hecate. Yeah. Mary Magdalene. Um, yeah, reconnecting with the old ways of being. Not the old ways for you, but the old ways of Earth, of ancient lands. This is interesting. This is fun. It could be very fun and very natural. I feel like this is just a call for reconnection. Reconnect to your roots, the roots of the earth, the roots of your ancestors, the roots of yourself, the roots of your imagination. Reconnect in some way. I feel like this is just a spiritual awakening, a phase of your spiritual awakening. And you're going to receive a lot of important information once you dive into this fully. That's exciting. Okay, I feel like this is a separate message. So I'm gonna end this message here, and then I'm gonna pull some cards for a separate video. But reconnect to the old ways, reconnect to your roots because your ancestors are trying to speak to you and give you specific information that you will only receive when you reconnect with this ancient form, ancient history, with this deep inner knowing that you haven't truly fully connected to yet, but it is a part of you and it's a part of your ancestral line. This is sick. This is sick for you. This is going to be big for you. So I'm excited. Okay, cool. Cool. Bye.